Good evening, mate. Welcome to Assume News. I'm Kenny Koala, your trusted news reporter and Australian Indigenous lore expert. Sorry about that. I've been up all night researching the top stories for tonight's show. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive into the news. So, it seems like the dream of owning a home down under is being shattered by a mere six-figure income. Huh? Well, isn't that just a hoot and a half? Who knew that making $200,000 would automatically condemn you to a life of eternal rental agreements? But fear not, my friends. Remember, there's more to life than just bricks and mortar. And let's be honest, who wants the hassle of mowing the lawn or fixing leaky pipes anyway? Embrace the freedom of renting, I say. Plus, think of all the money you'll save on those pesky property taxes. So cheer up, Aussies. The ABC Star has made quite the declaration, haven't they? Apparently, they've labeled Australia as a certain type of country that rhymes with placist. Well, isn't that just peaky? We're in for some controversy now. But hey, let's not get our fur all ruffled up. Australia is a diverse nation with people from all walks of life. We've got our fair share of challenges, just like any other country. But we're also working towards progress and understanding. So, let's take this statement with a grain of eucalyptus leaves, shall we? After all, opinions are like gum leaves. Everyone's got one. Well, would you look at that? The Aussie shares have decided to bounce back in a little thing we like to call a broad-based rally. It's almost like they couldn't resist joining the party. I guess even the stock market needs a good pick-me-up every now and then. But hey, let's not get too carried away. We all know how unpredictable these things can be. One day it's up, the next day it's down. It's like trying to predict which way a kangaroo is gonna hop next. So sit tight, folks, and enjoy the roller coaster ride of the stock market. The British Prime Minister is making grand promises once again. This time, it's all about bringing back national service. Well, isn't that just dandy? Because what the world really needs is a mandatory stint in the military for every young individual. I mean, who doesn't love being told what to do and where to go, right? The blame game continues, doesn't it? So, apparently, foreigners are getting their feathers ruffled because they're being accused of causing the rental crisis. Can you believe it? As if they're the ones responsible for the skyrocketing prices and lack of available housing. But hey, who needs logic when we can point fingers, right? It's always convenient to have someone else to blame for our problems. But here's a thought. Instead of playing the blame game, why don't we come together and find some real solutions? Let's focus on building more affordable housing, improving rental regulations, and addressing the root causes of this crisis. Oh, dear viewers, it seems there's quite the uproar over a woman's risky plea for a whopping $300,000. Can you believe it? It's like the world is ending because someone had the audacity to ask for a large sum of money. Oh, the horror. But let me tell you something, folks. Life is full of risks, big and small. Sometimes we need to take a leap of faith and ask for what we want. Who knows? Maybe this woman has a brilliant plan up her sleeves or an inspiring story that will touch the hearts of generous souls. So, before we judge, let's remember that life is meant to be lived boldly. Yes, the recent Singapore flight incident. It's a real shame that it didn't suddenly drop. That would have been quite the thrill, but alas, we must rely on facts and not sensationalism. According to reports, the pilot executed a textbook emergency landing, and all passengers were safely evacuated. Kudos to the pilot and crew for their professionalism. But let's be real. We all know the real heroes here are the passengers who had to endure the flight attendants' constant screaming and panicking. I mean, seriously, who needs a sudden drop when you have that kind of entertainment? Am I right, folks? The question that all parents should apparently know the answer to, as if we have some secret parenting manual hidden away that gives us all the answers. Trust me, folks, there's no foolproof guidebook to raising kids. It's all trial and error. Just like trying to assemble an IKEA furniture without the instructions. You stumble, you fall, you learn along the way. So, let's not put unnecessary pressure on parents to have all the answers. We're all just doing our best in this wild and unpredictable journey called parenthood. And hey, sometimes not knowing the answer can lead to some pretty hilarious and memorable moments with our kiddos. So, embrace the uncertainty and enjoy the ride. The stunning cost of breakfast at a Sydney cafe. It's like finding out that your eucalyptus leaves suddenly cost a fortune. But fear not, my friends, for there are plenty of other options out there. Who needs a fancy cafe when you can whip up a delicious brekkie at home? Plus, you get to wear your pajamas and avoid those pesky queues. Or better yet, why not head to a local bakery and grab yourself a freshly baked croissant for a fraction of the price? Remember, it's not about the price tag. It's about the experience and the taste. The eternal mystery of why we spend so much. It's like trying to unravel the secrets of the universe, isn't it? But fear not, my fellow spendthrifts, for there's a theory that claims to have all the answers. Apparently, it's all about our primal instincts and the need to keep up with the Joneses. We're wired to want the latest gadgets, the trendiest clothes, and the fanciest avocado toasts. Can you blame us? Life is short, and we deserve to indulge ourselves, even if it means emptying our wallets. So, let's embrace this theory and revel in our consumerist glory. Oh dear, it seems we've stumbled upon something that should not be happening in the land down under. How scandalous! Australia, known for its pristine beaches and adorable wildlife, should be immune to any sort of mishaps or inconveniences. I mean, come on, we're the land of kangaroos and koalas, for goodness sake. But hey, let's not get too worked up about it. We can't control everything that happens around here. Besides, a little excitement now and then keeps life interesting. Wouldn't you agree? So, let's take a deep breath, shrug off the shock, and carry on with that laid-back Aussie attitude. The uncomfortable truth about those brand new digital news readers. You know, the ones that promise to deliver the news straight to your screens with all the glitz and glamour. But let's face it, folks, nothing can replace the good old-fashioned charm of a seasoned news reporter like yours truly. Sure, those digital readers might have fancy graphics and flashy animations, but can they provide you with that personal touch? Can they truly capture the essence of a story and convey it with passion? I think not. So, let's not get too caught up in the shiny new gadgets. Sometimes, it's the human touch that makes all the difference in delivering the news. Before we get into the weather, folks, we have a special guest joining us today. Please welcome Wendy, our very own assumed news weather girl. She's got all the updates on what's happening outside. Take it away, Wendy.
おはようございます。アルゼンチン。今日の天気情報は次の通りです。ブエノスアイレスからは晴れ、現在の気温は9度です。コルドバに移動すると、晴れていますが、気温は1度です。ロサリオはほぼ晴れ、気温は摂氏6度です。メンドーサは曇り空で気温は3度です。ラプラタは曇り、気温は摂氏7度です。最後に、サンミゲルデトゥクマンも曇りで気温は7度です。アルゼンチン、暖かくして素晴らしい一日をお過ごしください。